Calaroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Congratulations to Patrick. He got a hole-in-one. It was the 120-yard par 3 fourth hole at Overstone Park. Patrick used a 7-iron while playing with friends. Oh, by the way, he has one arm. Patrick only learned to play golf in 2010 after an accident at work cost him his arm. That led to years of physical recovery, post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and suicidal thoughts. Before the accident, he said his life revolved around physical work and contact sports like rugby and Gaelic football. He said, "I'm not very good at golf, but it saved my life." He was encouraged by friends to try golf. He started taking lessons in 2018, developing his own technique tailored to his physical limitations. What started as a challenge became a lifeline, giving him a routine, friendship, and motivation to keep going. On this particular hole, he had gotten into trouble with the water in the past. He aimed directly for the flag. The ball landed just past the cup and spun back in, drawing applause from nearby golfers and disbelief from his playing partners. Congratulations to Taryn. She's become the first female to row solo across the Atlantic in the world's toughest row. She grew up in Omaha, where there's no ocean. She was inspired by reading about an all-female team that set a Pacific rowing record in 2022. She decided to take on a challenge of her own, and she discovered the world's toughest row, a 3,000-mile race from the Canary Islands to Antigua, and decided to enter alone. She quit her job and trained for 3 years, including long stints living entirely on her rowing boat. She lined up on December 14th alongside 42 teams from 20 countries, rowing 10 to 12 hours a day by herself. She arrived in Antigua on January 29th, finishing the race in 46 days, 3 hours, 37 minutes, faster than she expected, and became the first woman to complete the world's toughest row solo. She tells anyone, you can do it, even if it means being alone for a while. Meanwhile, a man who spent 93 days at the bottom of the Atlantic says he feels 10 years younger. Joseph is a retired U.S. naval officer. He spent 93 days at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean in a pressurized pod as part of a study to test underwater living effects on the human body. The pod is 100 square feet. He smashed the previous world record for underwater living, which was 73 days. Upon returning to land, medical examination showed that his telomeres, which are protective DNA caps at chromosome ends that normally shrink as we age, were 20% longer than before his dive. His stem cell count had also soared. He also saw a boost in sleep quality, with 60 to 66% of his nights now spent in deep REM sleep. His cholesterol levels dropped 72 points. His inflammatory markers have been cut in half. All these changes were credited to the underwater pressure. He's said to have de-aged 10 years. He told the Daily Mail, "You need one of these places that's cut off from outside activity. Send people down here for a 2-week vacation where they get their feet scrubbed, relax, and can experience the benefit of hyperbaric medicine." Congratulations to Kyle. He has turned dog waste into a side business, making some money. He runs a dog waste removal service called Pet Poo Pick. Here at the end of the winter, I could use him in the backyard. Can you come over? He has 35 regular customers who pay him £15 a week to have their gardens cleared, bringing in the equivalent of around $24,000 a year from a side hustle. Each garden takes about 10 to 15 minutes. He says the hourly rate can reach nearly £44. He also will cut your grass. All right, congratulations to Natalie. Natalie became the top female Scrabble champion in the UK, scoring 1,000 points more than her opponents. Her big-time word, Zendiks, Zendiks, which means heretics or unbelievers. Natalie won 12 out of 15 games in the championships. She says she doesn't know what many of the words means. She just studies the words hours a day, learning thousands of words from the dictionary and practicing 500 anagrams while watching TV. She's got some tips for you. She says there are 107 acceptable 2-letter words in the official Scrabble Player's Dictionary 6th edition. Some of them are weird and wonderful, things like XI and ZA. So learn those 2-letter words and you'll be surprised at how you can rack up points. More advice, always hold on to some 1-point letters because you can go for a bonus where you use all 7 tiles, which gives you an extra 50 points. Scrabble players who play at a high level are looking to do that maybe 2 or 3 times a game. I average around 2.5 full bonuses a game. There's also an option every turn where you can exchange letters and forfeit a turn. That frightens a lot of players, and they'll try to keep going. But don't be scared to change some tiles if you're really in trouble with your letters. All right, here's some more top 2-letter Scrabble words. Z-A-Q-I-A-X, X-U, X-I, J-O, E-X, and O-X. You know, ox. Those are your 5 good news stories for today.